Last year in the FA Cup was quite a memorable time, wasn't it? In the third round, on the 8th of January 2028, we beat Millwall 3-0. Today we return on January 6th in the FA Cup third round. This time, it's not quite as sexy opposition. It's Port Vale, one of our divisional rivals, but with the league looking, well, pretty nice by all accounts. The Cup, I think, has to take priority. We're going to hope to get a good result in it today. Can we make it to the fourth round? Could we get drawn against a Premier League team? Let's go find out, shall we? Yes, folks, how is it going? And welcome back to episode number 35 of Park to Prem. Before we get too far into this, just to acknowledge a question that I have seen appearing in the chat a little bit, which is, Jack, is this now an FC United save game or are you looking to move on? The answer to that question is, at the moment, I'm really enjoying things here at FC United. I feel like you guys watching the videos are enjoying it as well. I'm really invested into the team. I think we've got a super kind of fun squad full of personalities that I've clicked with. So at least right now, no plans to move on. And of course, we've got a cup run. Why would I want to leave in the middle of a cup run? Why would I want to leave when we sit second in the league with 5 matches in hand and only 3 points behind Mansfield? We are in such an amazing position this year. It's gone way better than we ever could have imagined. I kind of just want to keep it going. The board are delighted. They're happy with just about everything that's going on. And, well, besides the money situation, I'm fairly happy to be here too. So before we leap headfirst in to the FA Cup, we should perhaps acknowledge the games that have happened since you were last here. Of course, last episode, a spontaneous triple header that ended with 2 mighty wins, both away from home against Mansfield and Peterborough. And from there, we went on a crazy run, which involved 5 clean sheets, 4 in the league, and, well, we're unbeaten, except in the EFL Trophy, where we've been knocked out. We lost on penalties to Mansfield in the Northern Section third round. Look, the EFL Trophy, it's not that big. It's not that sexy. I rotated the team for this game. Yes, we lost to Divisional Mansfield, but it isn't going to matter because hopefully we're going to finish above them in the league. At least that's the plan. As for the league games themselves, I talked about them real quick, but 1-0, 3-0, 2-0, 2-0. Yeah, clean sheets have really been the order of the day. Defensively, we've looked great. You can see here, McDonald, who I appreciate in live comms, hasn't covered himself in glory. Whenever the camera's not on, he plays quite well. 14 clean sheets to his name in 24 games. That is absolutely ridiculous. The next highest is Jordan Archer with 9. Of course, he has played 29 matches over at Oxford. I expect McDonald to perhaps beat the League 2 clean sheet record this year. I feel like that's something we have got to keep an eye on. As much as I want to pin the defensive success on McDonald, it really has been a team effort this year. Both Quansah and Terry Taylor have been great at the back. I feel like in Terry Taylor's case, he kind of complements the basicness that is Quansah. Quansah kind of knows how to defend and jump. Terry, slightly more well-rounded. And as a duo, they have really hit it off. You can see here the average rating superb. At right back as well, Sam Bird has come in and played a lot of matches for us. And whilst I have kind of got him marked down as a potential centre-back of the future, you can see here we've asked him to play right back a couple of times, centre-back on occasion, and he has just always stepped up. Of course, we've had Thomas Sang out for the foreseeable future, and really Bird has started to play more over Dylan Crow in that position. Sang, unfortunately today, by the way, just not quite ready for the team. Over on the left-hand side, Regan Booty's looked pretty good. 6 assists to his name, not too bad for a left-back. 2 goals as well, both coming from free kicks. Into the midfield, Miguel Martinez and Butterworth have put in shifts, but they've kind of been the 2 creative sparks, I suppose, of the midfield, although Joe Duffy deserves an honourable mention as well. It's worth noting, I have updated my face pack, so if you see any players and feel like they look like they've got older, it's because they've potentially got new pictures in the face pack. Joe Duffy is one such player. He has been very, very good when we've called upon him, and to be honest, with Darren Richards really being underwhelming in his last 5 games, Duffy today gets the nod for the big FA Cup game. I feel like we should also acknowledge the striking situation. Gold, Maitland and Nesbitt giving me a little bit of a headache when it comes to who to start up top. For today's game, I am going with Nesbitt and Gold. I feel like they are the better 2 duo. Maitland's numbers somewhat inflated by some cup games and also just taking on weaker league teams on off the bench. But make no mistake, he's been a very useful player for us this year. Last year, I had some reservations over what he really offered us in the National League. He has definitely stepped up this year. And whilst he isn't getting the same number of goals and assists, I do feel like on the whole, it's been much more of a team effort. In previous years, there's kind of just been one player running away with assists, one player running away with goals. And I think one of the things that's made us so good this year actually is we're a pretty difficult team to shut down because you can try and get gold out of the game as a defensive team. You know, you can try and shut down the creativity of Butterworth, but with players like Nesbitt and Martinez also on the pitch able to pull the strings, you can't really shut down all of the creativity and goal scoring that we possess. So that's a little bit of an update as to where we're at with the squad. I just feel really happy, really relaxed. I know for some of you, you enjoy the struggle. You enjoy when things just aren't going to plan. People watch this just to watch me have a breakdown. But I do feel like, as I said at the start, I don't really want to leave FC United at the moment just because I feel so connected to this team. It's a fun squad. I feel like there's lots of little personalities coming on through. And hopefully, we're going to be able to go on another memorable FA Cup run here. Port Vale, a team in our own division. It's not the sexy third round tie that we dreamed of, but equally it presents a pretty good opportunity to match last year's heroic run of making it to the FA Cup fourth round. And while we will certainly hope that we can do that, Garrity for them on this near side. First highlight of the game, bringing the ball forward to the byline. Port Vale working the ball around nicely here. Not really the start of the game that we want to see. Gibbons floats it in. It goes all the way to the back post. And Alex Hurst scores. Against Port Vale in the league, when we took them on previously, we lost 3-2. So I knew this wasn't going to be an easy game. Equally, with our recent form, with all our clean sheets and goals and just how brilliant we've been, this isn't exactly how I wanted it to go down. 3 minutes on the clock. We're chasing. Okay, we need to bounce back here. We've not been good enough in this early phase of play, but maybe a chance coming forward for us. Stephen Gold to Duffy. Lays it to Miguel Martinez. He gives it to Sam Bird on the overlap. He floats it to Gold, and as soon as it was in the air, as soon as you felt like Gold was going to get his head on it, he just believed it was going to find the back of the net. Sam Bird, of course, we're training him to play centre-back, but he is naturally a right-back, and whilst he isn't the craziest player going forward, he's not quick, he's not really got a good cross on him. If you give him a bit of time and space like that, he's more than capable of picking out a pass. And on that occasion, he served it up to Gold on a plate, makes it 1-1. So half an hour gone here, 2 shots on target. They've both ended in goals. Besides that, this has been a game bogged down in the midfield. We've had plenty of possession, but not really creating enough. So as a result, I'm just going to ask the players to push the tempo up slightly. Let's just try and move the ball forward that tiny bit quicker when we do have it and move it around a bit quicker. The fact there's a highlight starting right away gives me hope that maybe the change is going to have the desired effect. Duffy plays through Butterworth, who sneaks in. Great opportunity for the centre mid, one-on-one with the keeper. Drags it wide of the near post, though. And well, Port Vale might breathe a sigh of relief here. This has been a game with not a whole lot of highlights in the first half, but a very, very even game. Port Vale's XG massively inflated by that first highlight they had, but they did consistently craft out opportunities. As for ourselves, slow to get going, but that goal definitely galvanised us. As we go into the second half, you know what? I'm going to make some early changes. Nesbitt on a booking. Do not like it. I'm not going to say it scares me because you guys have started memeing on me for it and I've become self-aware. Apparently it's now a catchphrase. Every episode, someone gets injured. Well, not injured. Someone gets yellow carded and I go, oh, that scares me. Doesn't scare me. It fills me with apprehension. We'll use a different adjective every day. Today, it's apprehension is how I feel. Anyway, we're going to bring in Gilligan at deep line playmaker as well for Eccles. Of course, Eccles and Gilligan kind of came in to be the deep line playmaker slash extra centre mid for us. Truth be told, neither has wowed me, but maybe one of them can wow me here. Maybe one of them, well, I was going to say maybe one of them can wow me here, but I realised Nesbitt's just been subbed off. So he's not going to do any wowing. Maybe Gilligan can do the wowing though. Hour on the clock here. Finally, the first highlight of the second half. A game that really has been bogged down in the midfield. Taylor heads it back to McDonald, who's going to pick up that ball confidently and spread the play over to Regan Booty. He is now going to look to bring it forward, and he plays through Stevie Gold. 2 options in the middle. One is Duffy, one is Maitland. Duffy tries to pick out Maitland with that pass, but wasn't the best of balls. But Gilligan picks up the loose pieces and gives it to Martinez. The Venezuelan gives it to Sam Bird. He already has 1 assist in this game. He could end up with another. Martinez, Bird, back post. Butterworth wins the header. It's looping. It hits the top of the crossbar. It's cleared away, but we do still have possession in a dangerous area. Bird puts it back into the middle. Gold heads just over the bar. Pressure perhaps starting to mount on the Port Vale goal. But as of yet, we're yet to see a breakthrough. And right as I was about to shout demand more, another highlight begins. We will brace ourselves here. Martinez to Maitland. He's got his gloves on. It's a chilly day here in England for Maitland. Normally I'd criticise him for that, but if it helps with his aerodynamics, if it helps him run quicker, he can wear gloves if he wants. He gives it to Duffy. Gold's running onto it. Stephen Gold has been doubted. He's been questioned. I saw comments in the comment section on Monday's video saying, this could be the last season of Gold. We should enjoy it. Look, it might be. But with the way he's playing at the moment, the way he's scoring in this game here, I feel like he can do it in League One with 4 finishing. Look at that. That was tucked in confidently. Gives us the lead here, and I think we probably deserve that on the balance of play. Maitland bringing the ball forward here, holding it up for Martinez, who gives it to Gilligan. Since he's come on off the bench, he's pulled the strings from deep. Of course, Stephen Gold looking for the hat-trick, unselfishly plays it to Maitland, who heads it just wide of the post and out for a goal kick. But with 10 minutes left, we are not settling for 2-1. I do feel like another goal could prove critical here. As good as we are defensively, I do feel like in the big games, we're always on the verge of making a mistake and just conceding an unnecessary goal. And in this kind of game, I don't necessarily trust us to close this out 2-1. So another might be needed. Maitland plays it. I don't want to... you know what? That doesn't even deserve to be commentated. I'm not even going to talk about whatever that finish was. No, refuse. Okay, Port Vale, I've just had to take a man off, so they are now down a man. Not going to change anything. 5 minutes of added time. Surely that is game, set, match. He says as a highlight begins. Booty gets it away. They are going to throw men forward here in a desperate attempt to get back in this game. I feel like this is ours for the taking. Of course, if they score, it goes to a replay. And it would be very on brand for us to have to do an FA Cup replay today. Let's be honest. But hopefully not. We have a chance here maybe. Butterworth. Gold wants his hat-trick. The game might be over. But I want to see Gold take home the match ball. It's whipped in. Maitland heads it just over. I'll tell you what, he's had a lot of chances fall his way, Maitland, since he came on off the bench. And he has been tad underwhelming across this game, I feel like. Regan Booty on the far side. Butterworth. Taylor. Dinks it forward to Booty. Takes it down well. And it's just a pointless highlight. But that doesn't matter. It wasn't pointless because we got to see ourselves win. That was brilliant. We played so much better in the second half. We really took our game up a level. Port Vale couldn't compete with us. And to be honest, I actually feel like Maitland made quite a big difference on off the bench there. We win in the FA Cup third round. Gold drives us forward. And that means that there's no replay to come back for today, which I'm going to be honest, that's a sigh of relief as far as I'm concerned, because I'm not always a big fan of the spontaneous triple live comms, in case that wasn't obvious from yesterday's video. But don't pack up your bags and get leaving just yet. We are going to do another game today. We are going to come back for the game against Oxford United. It's in a week's time. They currently sit in third. We are currently in second. I realised that everyone in the league just played again whilst we were in the FA Cup. So we've now got another game in hand on everyone. A win against Oxford here, though, and it might be a bit premature. It probably secures us a promotion spot. So, yeah, let's go and try and make it happen, shall we? Before we get to the game against Oxford, I had to come back for this. The FA Cup draw. Now, worth noting, Manchester United, Liverpool and Man City are all still in it. I would like any of those 3 teams. Give me one of the big boys local to us in the Northwest. We're going to put this on automatic draw. There's not too many teams, so hopefully we're not having to wait too long for us to come out. Ideally, we want a big Premier League team away from home. That would be the dream. There's a couple of League One and lower league teams in here, so it could still happen. And we could keep the run going. Southend, by the way, and Manchester United. I don't know if they drew or if that game was rained off, but Manchester United not going to be the team that we're playing. But Liverpool and Man City still lurking. Liverpool away, that'd be good. Not meant to be. Crystal Palace or Arsenal? Taking on Aston Villa. I feel like lots of the big teams are coming out here and I'm a bit worried about it. Man City do still exist, I think. Tottenham, not happening. If we get another really boring draw, I'm going to feel so sad. Reading, no, not Reading. Please be someone good. Oh, no. Oh, Man City away, please. Brighton, please. Okay, we're at home against the winner of Brighton and Hove Albion or Coventry. Have they already played a first leg? Was it a draw? Yeah, they drew 0-0. And Coventry now have the home leg against Premier League opposition, which if they win, I mean, it'd mean that we're playing them. I'd probably rather play Brighton, who in this save game, if you're wondering, well-established Premier League team at this point. So not a bad draw to get them at home. Wasn't one of the big sexy games, but Yeah, I guess we'll take it. Anyway, we've still got Grimsby to play, but I'm not coming back for that game. We're coming back for the one against Oxford because they're one of our big rivals at the top. Oh, right, let's go get a win again against the Bull, shall we? As someone who records themselves playing Football Manager, there's some matches that you leave and you kind of sit there and think, man, I wish that had been in a video. The Grimsby game that we've just played was one such match. They are not a great team in the league, but at the break, they were winning 2-1, but we came back to, well, win, as you can see here, pretty convincingly, 5-2. They had the better XG in this game. They created a hell of a lot. They did actually miss a penalty in this game that McDonald saved. And, well, in the end, after a bit of a shouty halftime, we came out the second half, the better team, won 5-2 with a rotated team. And now that leaves us in a really great position going into this match, where if we win against Oxford, we could potentially go back to the top of the table if Doncaster could do us a little bit of a favour against Mansfield. Now, unfortunately, we don't know who we're going to be playing in the FA Cup, so there is going to be some suspense going into tomorrow's episode. The match has been scheduled, however, the FA Cup fourth round, and it takes place on the 3rd of January. That does mean that the Newport County game is going to be moved. That's going to be another game that we have to play a little bit later. So the weird situation we're in the league run, where we've got way more games in hand than everyone else, that just kind of continues as an ongoing trend. But of course, for now at least, we're not going to focus too much on the distant future. I feel like, as I already mentioned, if we win today, we're kind of in a spot where we're probably going to get promoted this year. And whilst it feels a little bit anticlimactic, I suppose, to be saying that in January, kind of from a suspense and creator standpoint, from a kind of personal point of view, it makes me feel really good about how the team's doing and also the squad that we've got here at FC United. Now, of course, we have got to take on Oxford here. We played them at home earlier on this season, just last week, in episode terms, and I think we beat them 4-1 on that occasion. So we're going to look for a bit of a repeat of that. Of course, away from home, I'm expecting them to give us a bit of a tricky game, but with our recent form, with the goal scoring that we showed against Grimsby, I'm hoping that that is going to continue today. I don't feel like there's many defences in this league that are capable of holding back our defence, or rather our attack. It's worth noting as well, Oxford's goalkeeper has the second highest clean sheets in the league right now, behind our goalkeeper. So maybe this is just going to finish 0-0. Maybe it's going to be that kind of game. But no, I expect both goalkeepers to be at their best, and well, hopefully it's not going to be one of those games where I feel like the win is robbed from us by virtue of the fact their goalkeeper is a god and saves everything. The good news is, 13 minutes in, that's already not going to be the case. Darren Richards, back in the team starting today, crosses it to the back post to Nesbitt, who was, of course, hauled off in that previous game where he wasn't good enough. After a bit of a shouty talk in midweek, he lurks at the back post. He nods it in past Archer. That is the ideal start against one of our big promotional rivals. Hopefully, we can now just ease ourselves into this game. Coming up to half an hour played here. It's been a very cagey game, but maybe a chance for us here. It's whipped in. Martinez goes down in a heap. The penalty is going to be given. It's going to be Stephen Gold running after the ball to go and fetch it in order to take it. Our top goal scorer with a chance to score another from the spot for us. Can he finish it here to double our lead? Of course he can. Worth noting that Sang at right back today, back from his injury. He got 3 assists in the game against Grimsby. He was absolutely top draw. And well, you may have noticed it. He was the man who whipped in that corner that led to the penalty. He won't be given the assist for it, but make no mistake, the quality of his delivery is, well, it's troublesome for teams to deal with, as Oxford have just experienced as they gave away a penalty trying to deal with it. I say all of that, and then suddenly they've got a chance. It was Lavery with a free header, but McDonald in goal. The big save. I feel like I'm bigging up McDonald too much, but I really like him. I want him to succeed. I want him to be someone who you, the comments section, become fond of, because he's been very good for us. I just don't feel like we've necessarily seen it in the live comms. Anyway, we do have a chance here. Butterworth, Richards, already with 1 assist to his name. Martinez, Gold, threaded through. Can he finish it? It was a golden opportunity. I thought for a second the assistant was going to raise his flag and I'd be less annoyed, but actually he was onside. He probably should have scored. And elsewhere, Mansfield have actually taken the lead against Doncaster. So, doesn't look like we're going to be moving to the top of the table today, sadly, no matter what result we can pull off here. We are quickly approaching the break. If Oxford get 1 back, well, they might start to believe a comeback is entirely possible. So we need to try and crush their hopes and spirits with 1 more goal before half-time, or at the very least preserving this 2-goal lead that we've have. They've already created a couple of chances. They might have one here. Daniels with the ball forward. It went over the bar. McDonald wasn't even called into action. So out of the break here, really, really dominant display. Oxford have had a few chances, but not really challenged the goalkeeper too much. McDonald's looks solid. To be fair, it's been a really good team performance. An XG of over 2. 2 goals to the good here. Looking, of course, to replicate the success when we played Oxford at home and won 4-1. I'd like to keep the clean sheet for our clean sheet record, but well, at the moment, it looks like we could score more and also continue to keep the clean sheet. Already 20 minutes played in this half. Let's make a couple of changes. Booty's on a booking. I'm going to bring in Sam Bird at left back. Elsewhere, Butterworth hasn't really covered himself in glory. Going to take him off and bring in Jordan Fraser. Jordan Fraser, of course, released by Rangers. A player who, when he's played for us, has actually played really well. I low-key think he's probably a better player than the game time that I've given him suggests. He is solid. I mean, if we just quickly highlight him as a centre mid on attack, you can see here he's not the best defensively. His tackling and marking are kind of meh. But mentally and physically for this level, and also, to be honest, his technicals when in possession, they're all really, really solid. Like, he probably deserves a bit more game time. Maybe he can come on here, make a name for himself against Oxford, and force himself into first-team contention. Anyway, Oxford with a throw-in on the far side. Garner with his back-to-goal. Eccles makes the tackle. I was scared of a penalty being given away for a second. We might still have to do some defending, though, because the ball comes out to Long. He shoots from a long, long way out, and unfortunately, Long by name, less so Long shotmaster by nature. That ball over the bar. With 10 minutes left, Oxford really haven't created anything, and whilst they've definitely shut us down in this second half, it has been one-way traffic throughout. And barring a very late turn of events, barring a very, very late comeback, we are going to win this game pretty handsomely. Bird wins the ball in the air. Balls to Taylor. Fraser to Bird, who of course today is playing left back. I love Sam Bird. He can play left back, he can play right back, he can play centre back. He's just the little utility man at the back. He's like the John O'Shea of FC United. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not, really been drawn comparisons to John O'Shea. Either way, we've still got the ball here. Martinez, Gold, Nesbitt with it. Tackled, but still falls the way of Gold, who's going to get it back to Nesbitt, who hits it from range and hits the post there. Oh my word, I thought for a second we might be able to nick the ball off the defender and the goalkeeper as well. Unfortunately, I think that, well, I was about to say unfortunately, I think that's going to be the last highlight of the game. There's 30 minutes left here. We're going to look to launch a counter-attack. Darren Riches, he has the pace. Has he got the composure to finish things here? Tackle flies in. Roxford, Archer, Borrell at the back. I mean, this game's done now. 20 seconds left. They're not scoring 2, but I want to keep the clean sheet. Let's not do anything silly at the death here. I want the clean sheet. Fraser can't get on the end of the ball. Not really done anything since he came on off the bench. Sang. Martinez can't pick out Nesbitt. I think that this is just a pointless highlight to end the game. I could be wrong, though. McDonald might be tested one more time to keep the clean sheet, and instead, the ball hits the crossbar, goes out for a goal kick, and then spins back onto the pitch. Not sure how that's physically possible. A late scare at the end there, but Oxford's wayward finishing let us off the hook. And with that, 2-0 win. Wasn't a big blowout win in the end like it looked like it might be, but it was pretty convincing by all accounts. Another clean sheet to add to the scrapbook as well. Keeps McDonald's crazy run going. Looking at things, Doncaster did lose to Mansfield. So unfortunately, Mansfield maintained their 3-point gap to us. That, of course, with the caveat, we've got 5 games in hand. Yeah, we could be coming back next time at the start of February and promotion pretty much be secured. I think it's safe to say at this point, we are way too good for League 2, which, you know what, that's quite a nice thing to be able to say aloud. The bookies odds have updated. We are now comfortable favourites to win the league. We've got a very, very good team. Grant Nesbitt right up there in terms of key players. Our other representative for people wondering is Jarrell Quansah, which considering, of course, we signed him back in the National League North, it makes me quite happy to see the way he's climbed up through the leagues and proven himself with us. And now he is considered one of the best defenders in League 2 as well. So next time out, we are going to be returning for the FA Cup 4th round. It's in just under a month's time. And whilst the league looks fairly wrapped up, hopefully we're going to have an opportunity to prove what we're all about and cause an upset against Premier League opposition. I have just noticed Brighton are managed by Fernando Torres. And also, Fernando Torres is a very, very good manager in this save game. Holy crap, he's insane. So tomorrow, hopefully, we're going to do battle against Fernando. Otherwise, it's going to be battle against Coventry, which doesn't sound as good, does it, as a title, really? So yeah, hopefully it's going to be Fernando Torres' Brighton. You'll have to tune in next time to find out. Let me know what you make of the team, standout performers, players who deserve more game time. I do feel like we've used our squad to its fullest. I think that's showing in the league table. Cruise control is initiated. The FA Cup run goes on. 4th round tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. I'm out.